Hello, you are welcome to another segment of our class. So we have example 7 and 8 to take a look at this time around. So example 7 says that calculate the volume of 12.0 molar hydrochloric acid that should be diluted with distilled water to obtain 1.0 dm cube of 0.050 molar hydrochloric acid. So this example is very simple and straightforward. So we are still going to make use of our dilution formula, which says that C1 V1 is equals to C2 V2. So in this case, so what we are going to do is we bring out the parameters in the question. So from the question, it shows that C1 is equals to 12.0 molar. Then we have V1 is what we are calculating. We don't know. Then we have our V1 given, V2 given, which is 1.0 dm cube. Then we have our C2, which is given as 0.050 molar of our hydrochloric acid. So when we make the V1 subject of our relation here, so we are going to have C2 V2 all over C1. So which is equals to, so our C2 here is 0.05 times V2, which is 1, divide everything by C1, which is 12.0. So in this case, 0.050 times 1 will give you 0.050 divided by 12.0. So in this case, when we multiply and divide here, we are definitely going to arrive at our final answer, which is we have 0.050 divided by 12. So we have 0.0042 dm cube. Is that okay? So we give our volume in dm cube because the volume given in the question is in dm cube. Okay? So that is that, which is the standard volume. It can be in cm cube. So if you convert this to cm cube, it will give you 4.2. Okay? So this will give you 4.2 cm cube. You know how we convert this. So just multiply this by 1000 and you arrive at the answer in cm cube. So that is the volume of our 12.0 molar hydrochloric acid that should be diluted with distilled water to obtain this concentration, which is in 1 dm cube. Is that understood? So take your time, go through on and on again, try to know the step and you get it going easily. So just try to understand the steps involved in solving problems like this. Know the formula to use, then you bring out the parameters, then you know which one is missing. Okay? Using the dilution formula is very simple if you truly understand your question. So you just have to be very careful when doing that. And that takes us to example number 8 here. Example number 8 says the label on a stock bottle of hydrochloric acid reads as follows. SG here stands for specific gravity, which is 1.18, and percentage assay is 36% by mass. So we are asked to calculate the concentration in grams per dm cube and in moles per dm cube, and hence the question still move forward and say what volume of this acid is required to make 1 dm cube of 2.0 molar of the hydrochloric acid, if at all we want to make that. So very simple. So remember the formula we use for calculating C1, which we say C1 is equals to percentage assay, okay, times specific gravity times 1000 divided by molecular what? Mass, okay, of the compound. So in this case, we are going to have 36%, which is 36 divided by 100, times our specific gravity, which is 1.18, times 1000. We divide everything by 36.5, which is the molecular mass of hydrochloric acid. So in this case, we said this implies that C1 is equals to convert 36 to fraction or decimal, sorry, we have 0.36 times 1.18 times 1000 divided by 36.5 here. So in this case, we have 11 point what do we have as our answer? 11.638, okay, molar, or you can say in moles per dm cube. So that is the concentration of the stock, which is the concentration on the stock bottle label. So we have to calculate the concentration in moles per dm cube. So this is the concentration in moles per dm cube. Are we together? So that is that. So how do you calculate the concentration in grams per dm cube? So virtually, this is solution for question 2. Solution for question 3, we use this formula. For question 1, sorry, we use this formula. Molarity is equals to mass conc, which is mass concentration, divided by molar mass, okay? So we have this formula popularly known. So in this case, it implies that we are having our molarity to be 11.638, while the molar mass is 36.5, but we don't know the mass concentration. So in this case, we now say that, okay, mass concentration is now going to be equals to molarity times molar mass. So we have 11.638 times what? 36.5, okay? So in this case, our mass concentration is now going to be, okay, 424.8. Let us check if we are correct. So we have 11.638 times 36.5. So we have 424.8, of course. So that is our answer, which is in what? In grams per dm cube. So that is the mass concentration of the acid solution. Now, of the concentrated acid, sorry, not the solution, of the concentrated acid. So the last question here, which says, what volume of this acid is required to make 1 dm cube of 2 molar hydrochloric acid? So in this case, since we know C1, okay, we are going to use our dilution formula in this case. So our C1 is 11.638, okay, times what is our V1? We don't know. That is what we are calculating. Then C2 is what? Is this 2.0 molar times we have our V2, which is our 1 dm cube here. So in this case, it implies that V1 is equals to 2.0 times 1 divided by 11.638. Okay, so by the time we do that, we now have 2 divided by 11.638. So what will be the volume? Are we together? So the volume is now going to be 0.172 dm cube. Okay, so that is the volume of the acid that will be required to prepare this very particular acid solution of 2.0 molar concentration. So that is that. I hope this helps. So catch up with me next in our class so that we continue taking a look at the other examples. So thank you very much and God bless you. Bye bye.